Okay, thank you. I just want to ask Pak Ken. The question is more on the eligibility testing. When we are the first time changing our reinsurance from the treaty, the quota share and surplus to become XOL, for example. Yeah. So how we do the eligibility testing for the insurance that especially for the portfolio that's starting for the 2023 means because we don't have any experience related to the XOL before. I think that's it.
Yeah, okay. That is a tricky situation, but one way I can think of is to ask the broker that handle your RI renewal, because you have your expected premium, right, that you want to pay, because you have your GMPI and you have your MDP. In your case, I think a reasonable assumption is MDP first year, and then the GMPI multiplied by your rate as your second year development premium. For the losses, right, I think in view that you don't have any historical event, the way I would do it is just get the pricing assumption or the pricing loss ratio that the broker or the reinsurer use.
Yeah, even though I mean the XOL we don't have any experience to split.
Correct, but
by the layer based on the LOB, right? Because
if you model it on a treaty level, that XOL itself is one model point, right? Yes, so you just need the loss ratio of the entire treaty that they have assumed, and I would use that as my expected claims.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's just based on the historical data that probably can be provided by the broker, right?
Correct. Or what assumption they use, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sudah cukup, Pak? Ada yang lain, Bapak Ibu? Atau yang ditulis mungkin? Oke. Oh, boleh dong. Silakan, Bu. Ini yang nanya Pak.
Yeah, just actuarial questions.
Oops. Okay. I try.
Okay. Most of the PAA contract, they receive the revenue in the beginning, right?
Yeah.
If the premium is monthly,
yep.
I saw in one of the example of ISB publications,
Yep.
there is no LRC.
Correct.
If it is monthly, right? Because the revenue is
because
then
it's earned.
Yes, earned. Let's say, for example, a company have 2 years contract,
Yep.
and then it was monthly.
Yep.
There are two assumptions I heard among the actuary. One assumption is by the end of the year one,
Yep.
they will recognize all the revenue in that year one,
Yep.
because that is monthly.
Yep.
But because if it's 2-year contract boundary, there is another actuary that said that no, you cannot recognize all the revenue of year one because you have 2 years boundary. So the recognition revenue is a little bit like this, so not flat.
Not flat. Okay.
Yeah. So let's say if it is monthly, then it is more than 1 year and there is no LRC. How do you have eligibility testing?
Okay.
If LRC between PA and GMM?
Okay, got you. In this case, I don't know the context enough why the second actuary say the risk is upwards.
I don't also understand.
So normally when we assume the risk is upwards, not flat meaning it typically happens in a engineering contract.
Okay.
Or because one argument is because the engineering, let's say 2 year, your sum insured at the first year maybe is just a couple pillars, whereas your sum insured in the second year is an entire building. So it's a bit different. Another one is the other way around, downward, because your, let's say if it is a credit, your loan is very high at the the first
Yeah.
few years, and then it's very little towards
Like
the end.
mortgage, for example.
Correct. So I don't know the situation, but in the LRC situation, I would try just to do it like I would say, how would I do it? I think one way I can think of it is to recognize the whole year premium.
Okay.
And then you do your UPR on the monthly basis. So your UPR is 1 month, whereas the
Okay.
11 month that you haven't received, it will sit somewhere in your liability but as receivables.
Okay.
Yeah, that's one way to do it. But it has to be consistent between your GMM situation lah. Because if you are
Okay.
doing the PAA eligibility test, you are essentially comparing PAA and GMM LRC, right? Correct. You cannot. I mean, in GMM you will have the same problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, correct. Right. So
There is another actuary that the calculation is you recognize LRC, but then you recognize contra account to negate the LRC. So
In
in
the
your
other-
financial statement, LRC is still zero.
but you still,
But-
if you have a contra account, you still need a liability else somewhere lah, right? Because it's receivables, right?
Yeah, that somewhere is
Ah.
contra account
Contra account to contract it off.
contract account to
Correct. I
revenue,
think that's
yeah.
that's one way, because if at the moment, if it is a monthly receivable, then I don't see why monthly UPR sounds reasonable to me. That's what I would do also. Yeah.
So you calculate the LRC. For example, if the boundary contract is 2 years,
Yep.
so you
But if you do monthly premium,
Mm-hmm.
your monthly your boundary is monthly.
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
That's also whether the boundary of contract for that monthly premium will be important or not. Because basically you have 2 years or 1 year. If it's monthly, then it's
It's different lah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I see that. I don't have a very solid
Okay.
answer
We'll
for
discuss
you.
later on.
Yeah, we can discuss later.
Ada lagi Bapak Ibu? Ini udah terlalu teknikal tadi diskusinya. Mohon maaf. Ini mumpung ada ahlinya ini. Ayo.
Yang nanya pakar. Ada pakar-pakar di sini, ada pasensi, ada bayar. Silakan Pak Laktoris. Kesempatannya.
Oke.
Okay, we are quite right on time, I think. Jam berapa ini? Jam berapa sih ini? So, I think we can conclude this session. So, once again, give a big applause for Mr. Ken Lim and Ibu Ersa. Dan ada Pak Sensi juga. Okay, I think thank you Mr. Ken Lim, thank you Ibu Ersa untuk segala pencerahannya. And for Pak Lim, we will deliver the appreciation from our Chairman of Financial AAUI. Bu Vero silakan Bu. Maaf ya Mbak, udah tak. Terima kasih Bapak Ibu ya untuk kehadirannya, untuk semangatnya di sore-sore hari ini ya, semoga berguna. Silakan Bu. Aku udah boleh turun kali ya?
Mungkin setelah ini bisa berfoto dulu ya Ibu.
Oh iya.
Iya.
Pengen foto emang tadi dari tadi ya. Mungkin Mbak kita udah. Nanti saya kembaliin ke MC ya.
Hati-hati Bu.
Untuk materinya Bapak dan Ibu dapat di-download ya di QR code yang ada di layar di tampilan. Silahkan di-download untuk materi hari ini. Terima kasih.
Take photo. How can I call you?
Baik, Bapak Ibu hadirin yang terhormat, kita sambut dengan big applause sekali lagi ya untuk moderator kita dan para pembicara atau narasumber kita pada hari ini. Mohon maaf sekali. Saking excited ya saya sampai gugup juga ya. Materi yang disampaikan sangat menarik soalnya karena perpanjangan waktunya cukup membuat kita terenyuh dalam acara ini. Baik, terima kasih kepada Ibu Nurul yang selaku moderator dan memandu acara pada hari ini. Terima kasih kepada Ibu Ersa yang selaku pembicara pada hari ini. Serta thank you for your presentation Mr. Ken Lim. Bapak Ibu, demikian agenda kita pada hari ini. Kami ucapkan terima kasih atas perhatian Bapak Ibu sekalian dan mohon maaf apabila terdapat hal-hal yang kurang berkenan. Di akhir kata, saya ucapkan wabillahi taufiq wa hidayat. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.